Everybody's had that kind of perception of, yeah, these are the homegrown guys that came out of cornfields to go win at paintball. We never really went in with that mentality. We never tried to make a story out of it.
Kind of in our history, we're known for being that homegrown team from Omaha.
And like, we have that foundation, but at the same time, like, nobody would have made Remember the Titans if those dudes didn't win at the end. And, you know, it is really cool, like what we've done to get here and how we've done it. But at the same time, we don't ever want that to define us. We want the wins to define us, because at the end of the day, I just want to be the team that's standing on the podium with the first place trophy.
Going into Dallas, first of all, playing that event without Hooker, it definitely hurt us a lot because he's one of our key guys. You know, he's really good on the break. He's usually good for at least a kill. So, and I know Dallas, we ended up not getting that many kills on the break, so I think that hurt us a lot.
Yeah, Hooker's always been that guy that can shoot a really good lane off the break. And while he might not be the most mobile, he has to make up for it in other ways, like good at laning, really good gunfighter, good at staying alive, there at the end of the game to hang the flag.
For PSP Dallas, just before that, actually about a week and a half before that, we were down practicing damage. And I tweaked my back, which is kind of a reoccurring injury for me. It's something that's happened to me before. Then I was out for the rest of that tournament for Dallas.
It seems to be our curse that the first event every year is always our weakest event every year, because of course, most of us being from Nebraska, before that first event, there's usually snow on the ground or it's 30 degrees, so we don't really usually get that playing time that we really need. So we were going to the event with a little practice time that we definitely could have used, and also without Hooker, or still we had no coach for that event. So there was definitely a lot of things kind of going not our way, and the scores kind of showed that.
All right, we just played Damage, second game of the day. We knew they were going to be a tough game. We practiced them a week ago. We knew they're going to go down their guns, go down their lanes. So we just tried to do it. You know, there's a really fast field. It's been playing fast for everyone. So we just kind of try to play our aggressive ball, but it didn't work out for us.
It was really frustrating to be at Dallas and watch my teammates not succeed. I mean, that was rough. I was kind of in the pits coaching with Carl, so that was very difficult to sit by and watch that happen. It's hard to say exactly what caused us to do poorly in Dallas. It was just kind of a lack of fundamentals, lack of doing things the right way, communication, making sure that we were doing our jobs.
Day by day, we get better and better, we get better and better, we can't be beat, we can't be beat, won't be beat, won't be beat.
Obviously, we didn't play very well in Dallas. We didn't think we deserved to be in the challengers bracket, but that's what happens when you play as bad as we did.
In Dallas, we still were at that point where we felt we didn't have that really big leader in the pits with as much knowledge as somebody that we would need to have.
We need someone who pushes us a little bit because as individual players, sometimes, especially when you come to practice and things like that, it's easy to be lazy, or at least for some people it is. You know, without somebody to push you and make you better and make you be accountable and stay on you, and it's easy to fall off the tracks.
It was kind of on our shoulders as the players to come in and say, hey, this is not working, hey, this needs to be changed. And that's really hard to do when you're out there playing. A lot of times you only get a look at one side of the field at any given point.
So after Dallas, Todd Martinez came on board to Vicious, and I really feel like that was a missing puzzle. Like, if you looked at our team and our organization, we had the potential talent, we had the friendship, we had the management, we just didn't have that coach. And when he came upon us, everything changed for the better.
I mean, Todd's a guy who's been in the sport and around the sport for a really long time. We've known him in and out ever since basically I started playing paintball.
When I started playing, he was playing with Dynasty, I think, and always kind of looked up to him.
I think with Todd, having been a player that's won at the highest level, having been a coach that's won at the highest level, really was a benefit to us to kind of look to. It was like, hey, he really knows what he's talking about. I mean, we've all known, you know, how Todd's played and that he's won tournaments and that he's coached teams that have won tournaments. And so just kind of having that extra little bit of confidence behind what he said and what he wanted us to do.
You know, going to Vicious, I could try some new things, you know, because I'd only coached Infamous for 3 years. You know, I started coaching with Infamous. You know, having the opportunity to go work with Vicious and the type of players that they have and the type of program that the Bortles have built, I thought it would be a good challenge and I thought it would be fun. So
a really big part of Todd's coaching has been hammering out the inconsistencies in our play, especially like at practice. We're always doing things over and over and over, and if we mess up one little thing, even if we're winning that point, that's not good enough. Like, we have to be more consistent.
You know, to be a top tier team in the Champions League, you have to be consistent. You have to do things consistently all across the board.
The biggest thing we work on, which we always know is a problem, but for some reason we just can't get in our heads, is talking. Like, communicating back and forth is a huge struggle for us. And he really nailed that into our heads, like communicate, 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 and that's like the main thing we worked on.
Todd overall was really familiar with how we played. So he never came in saying, hey, you're gonna play like Infamous, or hey, you're gonna do this. He came in saying, you're gonna play like Vicious, but you're gonna do it better.
You know, we really felt that we're not a challengers team, we deserve to be in the champions, now let's go prove it. Since it was our first event with Todd, we wanted to kind of start out strong with him. And we wanted to have no drawbacks to show him that we could really play, we could really, you know, be really productive on the field.
We were not happy to be there. We do this to compete and to win, and we want to be the best of the best. And to get knocked down in that bracket, really, it sucks.
Playing down in the Challengers division definitely set a tone of never ever wanting to be down there.
Good shit, let's go. Off the field, ready to take another bite. Sink those teeth in. Todd called me after Dallas, said he had an offer and wanted to know if I wanted to kind of
come and help them out.
We'd had a conversation last season actually, about some things we're kind of missing as far as the coaching aspect of paintball, kind of tie it into being more of a mainline sport.
I brought in Burgess because he played Division I college baseball and football, and him being, you know, a paintball player that has had you know, collegiate experience, I wanted him to convey that mentality, you know, how to train like a pro athlete that other pro sports do.
Chris Burgess is a character. I mean, it'll be 8 in the morning on a Tuesday and he's 110%, like just super motivated.
He's kind of grown up through sports and at a really high level. You know, he played college football at Oregon State. He's been around that scene where it's a very, very high competitive level.
Able to take lessons from conditioning and mindset in football, clock management, and getting the inches you need from basketball, and all these things I've experienced in, and kind of put it in a package for this group. And that was really appealing because you feel like you can coach and you can make a difference and you can immediately see improvement.
One of his big things is to be very athletic.
It's a lot more having the discipline to do the things that maybe you don't want to do. You know, putting in the work during the week, the Monday through Friday stuff. This is what you need to be doing Monday, this is what you need to be doing Tuesday, this is what you need to be doing Wednesday. These are what the winners and the people who want to win, these are the work that they're putting in, the effort. You just can't show up Saturday, Sunday, a couple weeks before the event, shoot your buddies, not have a structure, and then think you're going to go to the event and dominate. It's just not going to happen.
There's no need to fucking force that, bro. Let's
go. The biggest thing we had with them is we played them so many times in divisional paintball back in the day. No need to brag, but I mean, we never lost.
I want to win at this tournament, but I fucking hate everything about this. We need to get over that. Yeah, we're winning, but shake that shit off. Let's do what we do. Go 200 feet more over that side, right?
There's so many little things that you can complain about being on that field. Don't be here again. Don't put yourself here again. Take every little one of these complaints, put it in your pocket, pull it out 3 weeks from now on a Tuesday when it's 5, 6 in the morning and you only have an hour to get up and go to the gym before you have to go to work.
Play calm, play cool. This is the type of field where if these guys don't shoot you, and they're gonna sit in their spots and wait, okay? These guys are scared to gun battle. All right, so just sit in your spots, be tight. We're gonna hammer our dudes on the break, and if we lose a body, talk to each other and tighten it up, okay? Cover the zones, protect each other, do all the shit we've been doing. All right, let's go.
Remember, you can't fight the ocean. Relentless. The flag that gets thrown for this entire event.
Hey, we have a major.
No shit. We have a major problem.
I got a major, and the next point, Parker got a major. Parker didn't even get shot. The ball broke on the ground and then hit up on his leg, like went up on his leg, and there was like just shit all over. And the ref was standing there like watching the whole thing happen, and then he just kind of walked up and was like, oh yeah, you're hit. That's a major.
We're over there with the fucking grandstands, all our fucking fans over there playing our fucking dicks off, top motherfucking 10. If that shit doesn't piss you off, I don't know what the fuck is gonna turn you guys on. We cannot play on this goddamn field. I'm fucking turn.
I know every time somebody says, oh, they said they beat themselves, that's bullshit. We did, just we were winning the match. Then we said, oh, hey, Thunder, we like you, so we'll let you play us 5 on 3. We fucking gave it to them. We didn't let them. They didn't beat us. Just, after that, when it was tied 3-3, we were already over the edge.
Even though they lost to Seattle Thunder, Vicious still moves on to the semifinals and will play against Texas Storm on Sunday.
Storm's a good team, and they have a little bit more of aggressive style. They're not going to sit back and wait for you to come to them. They're going to want to try to push you on your heels. So we're always looking for that. We're always trying to get the easy kill off the break with them, because if we knock one of them down, then it helps us so much with them trying to push so hard. That's like their biggest downfall, is they always get like a major, 2 majors a match, and then it kind of screws them. I mean, they could probably get a lot further if they did without those majors.
We came out pretty hot. We started scoring a couple of those points. We made it 3-1. They started playing pretty aggressive down the Dorito side. But throughout the whole game, I felt like my teammates had really good communication. Our snake side was doing unbelievable. Shane Colby in there has been doing a lot of good for us this event. And we noticed they were trying to kind of pressure the Dorito side more, so he kind of went to work more while we kind of occupied their their shooters on the break on the Dorito side. And then it was actually tied 3-3 with about a little under 2 minutes left, and we ended up shooting quite a bit of their guys with under 20 seconds left, and they actually got a major around that time, so it actually gave us the swing point. So we ended up winning 4-3 in that match, and now we're playing 187 in the finals.
We're already in the Champions Division, but I wanted to go out and show that we're the most dominant team in the Challengers Division.
All right? Play a full fucking game. Let's go, man. We got to dig hard for 20 fucking minutes. We got one fucking opportunity over here to win this next fucking game.
Shot you down.
Okay? It's about winning big games. All right? Let's go. Vicious!
There wasn't really like a grudge match mentality going into the 187 game, them having beat us to knock us down into the Challengers Division. We just thought that we were the better team. And so we wanted to go out there and prove that. And we didn't prove that at the first event.
We got up a lot of points on them right away, and I remember Trevor was just doing exactly what he needed to do. One point we almost lost. It came down to a one-on-one, but we were up by like 3. So Trevor was just hiding and waiting for that guy to come get him. And as soon as he did, just traded and like, yeah, well, we're up by 3. I mean, it's not so much that he was running around shooting 5 dudes every point. He was just doing his job. And that's all we ask on our team, is just to do your job. Each person has their own jobs, and he did his perfectly.
Finish like that.
I just wanted to make sure that everybody, didn't take this game for granted. That everybody wanted to make sure that we went out and established our dominance.
Hey! Don't fucking celebrate till this shit's over! Get the fuck out there! Let's go! Hear that? That's them celebrating fucking mediocrity. We got 1 point in this game where we get our fucking asses kicked. Softman, you don't celebrate that shit. Get ready to play. Hey, you fucking put these dudes down. Do not let these guys come through the middle of the field on us. Hey, let's go. You fucking bury them in the fucking dirt.
It was really important for us, that finals match, to kind of show that, yeah, we deserve this. And it wasn't good enough just to know that we were back into the Champions Division. We had to kind of prove to ourselves that, yeah, without a doubt, we're the best team in the Challenge Division. We know that we deserve to be in the Champions Division.
To come out and to get a win in the Challengers Division wasn't victory that we were hoping for. It was just a step towards getting to where we wanted to be, which was a team that can make the top 4 in the Champions Division and compete.
Hey, just fucking celebrate! That's what I'm talking about! Hey, come here, buddy.
Having that end at MAO with us winning or beating 187 at 4-1 with only letting get a point, that definitely kind of, helped us get back in the champions and kind of give us a confidence boost. So I definitely think MAO went really well for us.
Going into Chicago, we knew that we were going to be without Patrick Wingfield and Phil Kank.
Some of the guys from Omaha have had some real life stuff happen to them, like Patrick, who had to unfortunately quit, became a cop, and Phil ended up getting a job with the Union Pacific. So we were at around 7 players, so we had to pick up about 2 more. That was one of the benefits of having Todd there. Since Todd was such a big person in the industry, he definitely knows talent from coast to coast.
So when we had tryouts in Omaha, Chris's goal that day was to get some kid to quit before we even started. We started off running sprints, trying to test everybody's physical ability. Some kids could handle it, one kid couldn't, and Chris almost killed that kid. But that's what we brought in Chris to find out.
We ended up picking up Keith DeVitt and Luis Munoz, or he's never played a pro tournament, but Todd was commentating on the NCPA championships this year, and Luis was actually with the Florida Gulf Coast that won the event.
Keith is one of the most violent paintball players I've ever seen play. Like, when he leaves one bunker to go to the next, he tries to hurt that bunker. And he's always bouncing off stuff. And just watching him play is kind of ridiculous. Luis was the guy, he could play on the snake side, he could be the front guy, or he could go up the middle and just kind of being that missile guy of going, doing damage, get out of there, we'll clean up the rest.
Coming into Chicago, the last event, we had to play the Challengers and get out of the Challengers. So we came in with that really low seed.
We never felt like we were the lucky team to come out of Challengers Division. We weren't a Challengers team. We were a team that had a bad event. We're a team that didn't play up to potential. And, and I think it showed even when we played in the Challengers Division. I mean, we didn't really have a challenge, if pardon the pun, with those teams.
We had a 3-year stretch where we haven't won anything, so it felt really good to win, but at the same time, we didn't win the best. We won the Challengers Division.
You're excited for the win, but at the same time, that doesn't really validate how good you are, because your goal is to be the best team in pro, and that's the lower division of pro.
We just knew, we can't be one of those teams that just comes in and then goes right back down, because that was what a lot of people were saying.
We felt like we were a champions team. We were a pro team. We had the skill, the ability, the structure, and now the coaching behind it to compete at that level. We were happy to see the bracket that we had and to play some tough teams. So.
We drew Dynasty, Iron Men, X Factor, and Infamous.
Going into the Infamous game, I think we came out really, really strong. We came out really intense. Giving us a lot of trouble in the Infamous game. You know, I think Damien was playing pretty well and Nicky was playing pretty well. You know, Damien was coming up the center a lot. Well, like he would get up to the X. Then I remember one game Shane bunkered him out of it. Nicky wasn't being super aggressive, but Nicky was doing a really good job at just kind of keeping us contained during those penalty points and then knowing when to move once they've shot, you know, 2 or 3 bodies. Drew was being really aggressive down the Doritos while Nicky was kind of playing behind him, being a really good back player and mid player for him. It was 3-1, and then even more things started happening in our favor. Infamous got some majors, they got some more penalties. And then we kind of just slipped up and started giving it away. We lost a 4-on-5. It took us quite a bit of time to win a 3-on-5, and I think we lost another 4-on-5.
During practice, we were kind of able to push down one side of the field and then counterbalance that and push down the other side. So it was really back and forth, but overall, like, we could do what we wanted to do. And then Infamous was able to, like, hey, you're in the pro division, you can't do that. In practice, we were never really challenged to the point where, like, hey, this absolutely didn't work. How are you gonna change that? And against Infamous, that's exactly what they did. And it's kind of a little bit of a reminder that, like, these are all grinders. Like, no one gets a bye in this division. So you gotta fight for every single point.
You know, I don't know if it was communication, just getting shot out of our spots, trying to be a little too aggressive on those penalty plays, but they ended up winning 7-4.
Losing a match, especially your first one, is obviously gonna put some doubt as to how well you're gonna do.
You know, after we lost that first game to Infamous, I wanted to make sure that we didn't lose our focus. You know, we still had 3 more prelim games to play, you know, and that our goal was to make the top 4. So I wanted to make sure that just because we dropped a close game, you know, not to drop our level of play, not to come out of character, but to just stay consistent with our game plan, our goals, and our focus.
If anything, that just got us more fired up and more mad that we lost one.
So let's just go out at the next game against the Ironman and get this win so we can come out of the first day 1-on-1 and have a better chance at going out of the prelims.
When we played the Ironman in Chicago, we kind of focused up on the wide guys. Make them double up on that can on the Dorito side and make them double up on that bunker on the snake side. Because once you let one of those guys get into the snake off the break, you can be sure that he's going to be on your side.
With my Kimmin teams, they've always had really, really good snake players, and they've always been really aggressive in the snake.
Those kids are always super aggressive. No matter what team he's coaching, they're going to run shoot to the snake. You know, they're going to take that extra step. And, you know, if they get shot, then they're going to lose that point. But if they don't, they're going to win it. So they have that kind of over-aggressive mentality. And a lot of times, it definitely works out for them.
We always kind of know, you know, he's going to have those 2 really fast players trying to get in the snake and trying to power down that. Against his team, there's never really only one person in the snake. A lot of the times, you have to deal with 2 people in the snake. So that's one of the things we really wanted to control. I know in that game, Mouse would be in the snake a lot, and he was playing really aggressive, he was playing really well. He would always usually come down and usually trade out with Shane, or at least try to get Shane. But that was perfectly fine for us, because once he traded out, we were playing so well that we would still have 4 or 5 bodies alive, but there were 3 or 4 at that time. I feel we had control most of the whole entire game. You know, there was a really, really long point where it was me, Zach, and Keith. Keith was in the Doritos, Zach was in the center on the Dorito side, and I was in the snake corner. And the point went on for quite a long time. A-Rod ended up getting an R snake one, and I came out of the inside of the corner and just kind of beat him in a gunfight. I shot him in the arm, and I kind of saw Steven, and he was running down the tape, trying to get in our snake, and I could have shot him, but kind of wanted to let a little bit more time run off the clock because I know he barely had any paint left. But at that time, Keith ended up going and getting their Dorito guy out. So it was a 3-on-1. Of course, we were just gonna sit on him. So they ended up blowing the horn. I feel like that was probably the most crucial point because it ended up putting us up by 2 or 3.
Excited?
Oh yeah, very excited. Very excited.
When we play X Factor, what we typically expect is we know that Colt is a fantastic Dorito player. We know he's going to be trying to be aggressive, and we know they're really good up the center. So that's kind of one of the things we tried to lock down when we played them in Chicago. We would shoot up the center, and we were actually doing a pretty good job on getting Archie, shooting him, trying to come up the center. Shane was having a really good game, getting in the snake and kind of giving damage, and also Zach was having a really good game, shooting people off the break.
Hey, we don't let up. They're gonna try to come get us. We roll our guns, and we get bodies. Let's go.
X Factor, I feel like they play kind of a lot like we do. And so with them, there's never ever gonna be like a blowout. No team's gonna beat the other substantially. It's always gonna be a grind with them.
In the Dynasty game, we actually didn't come out that strong. You know, they started getting a pretty big lead on us. Then they got 2 majors in 1 point.
They had 2 penalties, so we were playing them 3-on-5. So yeah, we're gonna go win these points. I get out to my spot, to like D1, go far off the break, like boom, make a spot. Apparently I got clipped in the pack, like diving in. Okay, you know, got shot. It's like, you're dead, get out. I stand up and kind of like look like, hey, I do the look that every single other player has ever done when they've got shot and not known that they got shot. And then it was like, oh, you're not getting off the field? Oh, here's a minor. And then so they get to pull another body and all of a sudden it's a 3-on-3 and then they win that shit.
And once that happened, we kind of just had to, you know, crank it in gear and just try to go win this game. And we ended up actually bringing it really close. We brought it in between 1 point, 6-5, and there was about 50 seconds in the match. Shane made it to the snake and I made it to out wide with him. And all of a sudden I just remember hearing my mom say, you gotta make something happen, we gotta go, we gotta go. And when she said that, I looked up at the clock and there was 41 seconds left. And even though I was behind Shane and could protect him, I knew we had to get close to the flag. So I ended up going to the X, and they had, it was either, I think it was Dalton in their Dorito tower, and then Alex Frazier was in their Dorito on the snake side. And I was able to wrap and get a shot in on the Dorito tower, and then it was only Alex left in the Dorito. But as all this was happening, there was about 10 seconds left, so I grabbed the flag and tried to edge on Alex in the Dorito. And when I was edging on him, I really thought I shot him in the loader. And out of my peripheral, I thought I saw a ref like put his hand up. And at this time, I looked and there were 6 seconds left. So I just kind of tried to shoot him a little bit more and run to the flag. But he was still in the Dorito, shot me in the arm. So then I looked back when I got shot and Zach was at the X right behind me. So I dropped the flag right where I was. It was probably around 10, 15 feet from the start box.
So then I came up through the middle, got the flag on their side. But time was running out and this was the point to tie it. And you look up at the clock, you kind of just have to make the decision. I can either stand here and we lose or I can run. And I took off running. The horn blew, didn't make it in time, got shot anyway. And that was the end. Lost by 1.
Hey, great fucking effort, bitches. Great effort. All right? Hold your fucking heads up. That's all right, baby.
So we ended up losing by 1 point, even though we were 10 feet from the start box, about to tie it up and go into overtime.
We left thinking like, oh yeah, we're done. Because we had to win that. When the points came out, we found out that we went on by 0.25 point spread.
For Chicago, the goal was let's make top 4. You know, we ended up making top 4, but we still felt that we were playing well enough that we could beat Heat and get a shot to play in the finals.
I think there's a few things where we made mistakes today was not knowing our shots. And you guys should really be, after you've watched games at the end of the day, go and walk the field at the end of the day. Like our snake guys, when we get in here right away, every other team dives in here right away, instantly shoots these cuts. And we're picking guys off. And we weren't getting those free kills.
I want to address one more thing Doug noticed. we are not doing a good enough job of capitalizing on penalties.
No.
At all. Especially when we had 3-on-5 situations. I mean, we were fortunate enough to have 3-on-5 situations twice. Other teams are going out and scoring 2-3 points on a major. We were lucky to score 1.
Like, you guys should all be able to recognize the situation, talk to each other, and if the guy whose job it is to go can't figure it out, the other guy should be able to figure it out. You know, we are that smart of a team.
In the dynasty game, especially in the earlier points, we were kind of not playing as hard, like, you know, as aggressive that we should have been.
Right.
And
yeah, let's just remember though who we're playing. I mean, honestly, the times we've had success against these guys, and any team's had success, is when you wear them down on a point. They love, especially Fedorov and those guys, they love running down the field and sticking people and fucking doing gestures to the crowd and all that bullshit. If you slow them down, you will take them out of that mindset, and they will start to get tired and they will run out of air and pain and those type of things.
Hey, I feel real good about what we're doing. All right, let's keep fucking pushing hard. All right, everybody, nobody expected us to be here. Okay, we are the only people that believe that we knew we would be here. All right, we knew this shit. All right, stay confident. Keep believing in yourselves. Continue to work hard. Continue to focus on the things that you know you need to do to make yourself the best paintball player out there.
Going into Sunday into Chicago was definitely a little bit rewarding, just to kind of like show all the people who were saying that we were just going to get relegated again. We've played really good paintball this weekend. We've shown that we're able to be a legitimate pro team. We're playing on Sunday.
Going into the match against Heat, we definitely knew that Fedorov was playing well. So we definitely made some adjustments.
Fedorov was playing in the snake and he was just playing lights out. We definitely knew that we had to try to contain him.
I set up game plans to shoot certain guys because Fedorov was just dominating people that whole tournament. But I felt like we just controlled Fedorov. You know, we did a good job of controlling him on the snake side.
Hey, we gotta fucking dig deep now, man. Alright, this shit ain't gonna be easy. Let's go. These dudes came here to play. We gotta come too. Hey.
We were kind of relying on shooting people off the break, and against Heat, that really didn't happen.
If you don't get those key kills off the break, definitely it's going to make it harder. You know, Fedorov is one of those players where if you shoot him off the break, when you see him get up off the field, there's that confidence booster for you to go do something productive.
Hey, we are in this fucking ball game, man. Get your heads in and let's go. Go, boy.
When we weren't getting those key kills off the break against Heat, I definitely think that's one of the things that hurt us.
It's really tough to beat those guys playing 5-on-5, or when they shot one of us off the break, playing 5-on-4. And there were times where we would make good moves and then just wouldn't make our shots. And then they would come back, they would.
When we were trying to make the moves, like we would get, you know, nicked in the pack, or I remember when I was trying to go in the snake, I got nicked in the foot, you know, maybe just going a little bit too soon or too late. And also it seemed like we were just kind of getting shot out of our spots.
Hey, get these hit! Yeah, that's not a penalty. Hey, heads up, boys, it's a long season. It's a long season.
Plenty more chances.
Yo, when you leave this fucking, when you leave this fucking pit, your head's up.
As soon as you leave this pit, this game is over. And your head's too.
Very fucking proud of every one of you guys. The way you guys played, everything that everybody did.
Yeah, it just kind of hurt us having that lack of experience, that lack of big game experience. But you know, you have to play those games in order to get that, and I feel like us playing in that game definitely helped us, you know, grow as a team. You know, I was happy with the goal that we achieved, which was to make top 4, and just, you know, trying to build off of that in future tournaments.
Obviously the focus is to return, be in that top 4, not only show the team and the younger players that they can do it and they can do it successfully and repetitively, but to show the other teams.
Honestly, it felt really good to wear the red jersey for the first event. It's such a big deal for this team. But 4th place, I'll take it. The first gold event I played.
For us to go into Chicago and get that top 4 really showed that, hey, yeah, we do deserve to be here. And that's another stepping stone towards our goal of winning an event.
We're all gonna have real jobs one day. You know, paintball's not gonna last forever. So instead of kind of moping around and kind of, you know, saying, oh, we keep losing, maybe we should just quit. Instead, I think, you know, we all kind of have limited days in this sport. We have to even be more positive. You know, that's my biggest fear in paintball, is leaving paintball without ever getting pro win.
With the structure we have now and just all the focus and having Todd as a leader especially, we're definitely gonna win this year.
Oh yeah! Winning tournaments in the big time! Making it through Sunday, wearing the red jerseys, not giving a shit about anything. Ah! Let's go. Fish is on 3, buckets on 6. 1, 2, 3. Fish is 4, 5, 6. Buckets.
Alright guys, we're gonna shoot the short bus right now, alright?
All right, let's get pumped.
Who put that there? Have that removed immediately, please.
There are plenty of referees on this field who are highly trained in refereeisms.
Let's do this. Let's give him everything. Let's give him let him take nothing. Let's freaking do this.
Wait a minute. What is this, a riddle? If you solve it,
Wait, let's
give
give
them
us
okay. One gives them everything and nothing.
When I say you say B, then dirt nap. 1, 2, 3. You! B! Dirt nap!
Alright, so I'm gonna say short, and then you're gonna spell B-U-S backwards, and then count to 3, and then we're gonna do everything we can possibly do about nothing on the third. No. Ready?
We count to 3 backwards?
No, I say short, and then you say bust 6 times.
When I say you say B, then dirt nap.
Whatever you're gonna do, just see red, okay? And when everything turns blue, then then I say go.
Let's give him everything. Let's give him let him take nothing.
Do the best you can, but don't do it too hard, okay? Because I don't want to hurt nobody.
Okay, are we giving him everything or are we giving him nothing?
Yes, short.
F-U-P.
Short.
1, 2, 3.
Dylon.
Is that
Fluffy
ears?
bunnies? What's going on here?
Oh.
Give me back my eggs, you mother fathers.
Bunny hits, here it hits on count. Please shoot yourself in the face.
God.
Please shoot yourself.
He did. Oh,
Yes, you shot yourself in the face. Slide it off. Does this gun work? Yep.
How did you shoot yourself? Well, we were inverted.
We were inverted. You were in a 4G negative dive with a MiG-27.
Well, you had an intimidator.
Right.
It went like this.
Bullshit.
You went like this.
Right. And I got a great picture of it too. Great picture.
Remember earlier when you were saying the art of shooting off break has been lost because these kids know nothing about one ball shooting?
Yeah.
That kid shot somebody with his first ball.
Yes, he did.
He's the future of paintball.
And if he didn't, the rest of the balls are in the crowd somewhere.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Is that playing on though? Because I mean, he just kept going.
Yeah, it's playing on.
He's gonna
Goggle.
He kept going. Yeah, you know, I'm clean. I'm clean.
That is an obvious
I don't know
hit.
how it got in my lens.
There's
but
going to
I'm
be
clean.
a dustpan flying in any second.
Hey, bro, what happened to you? Shot on the break, dude.
So
Where did this ball came from?
So I'm just. Is it raining paintballs? Is it raining paintballs?
Somebody threw that at me from the
It's
sky.
Hey, who threw that?
Who on the other team was like this?
Someone's playing duck hunt.
First time Chad Boucher ever decided to bunker somebody.
Fully. Come on, bro.
Forgot to tighten his goggles up. This.
Hi, Mom!
This is actually a big changing point in the game too, because
Wait, no, it says it was all games. Never mind, this wasn't a changing point at all.
Oh, Mike Paxton.
Oh, shoot.
Hello.
Oh.
I am Mike
The pack
Paxton.
train.
I am
keep
Mike
wearing
Paxton.
it. Keep wearing it.
Are you hit?
That's where the balls came that hit Chad in the other field.
Mike Paxton is like.
Wear it.
Check that guy. He's out.
Oh, I'm tired. You know what? I'm tired. I'm stuck, actually. I'm not tired. I'm stuck.
What are you stuck?
Is that a stake in my leg? The
Get me
stake
out of
is
here.
in my leg.
Stuck a stick in his leg. I dove into some Velcro. Come over here and take a look at my crotch real quick. Referee's like, oh, hold on a second. Yeah, you might be hit.
Check again.
Oh yeah, you're,
like
you're
that?
definitely hit deep in there.
You like when I check you? I'll check you all day, girl.
Oh, why would you do that, referee?
Oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
You never see nobody in Star Wars fighting like this. Cover me.
You see me? You see me?
I don't know if he has a rotor or a periscope. What is he doing?
He's like,
I'm gonna shoot over the top, but in case they don't see me, here's a big shell rotor.
Look at this rookie. Mike, right here?
How do I look?
But the
My
wig's
finger?
split, but
Hey,
is
Doc.
it here? But my wig is split. Man, he gonna kill me for that one.
Hey man, I can replace this. Sandana out of business and everything, but there are other people that make head wraps. You know, RAZA life.com.
Get some.
I will hook you up, Doug. Get up!
Oh, I remember that. Oh, that's
I'm a headbutt.
Hey, that's
Sit
my.
down.
Hey, he got headbutted. He quit after that. Oh, I'm done.
Hey, I come to do with the biggest head want to hit everybody all the time. Dude,
Everybody was like, "Oh, what's going on?"
man, I ain't gonna stick my head in here no more. It's like you did headbutt.
As much as an I-4 lens costs, you gonna headbutt me in my mask right now?
Everybody bring your heads in here. Hell no, I ain't doing that again.
Hell no.
Remember last time I got my shit cracked open?
It's the smallest mask on the market. You gonna headbutt me in my face? Get out of here with that nonsense.
How you doing, man? Well, my head kind of hurts.
Oh, maybe if you didn't have a second-degree concussion from headbutting everybody, you'd be able to run out of your bunker.
It's like, oh, I went to go to Dorito 1, but I was kind of woozy. What happened? I don't know.
I see 3 Doritos. Run to the one in the middle.
Out. We'll go headbutt somebody.
Oh!
Ugh.
Money shot.
He took it twice too, I think.
Ugh.
I was like, I told you. I told you don't stand in the black dude is right. Told you.
They shooting at you. Don't stand on me.
Hey, Judge. They're shooting balls through the netting
We're
ring.
not playing with him. It's not fair.
I'm number 1902.
How does that work?
Let's get into sniper position.
You know what? When you have no pods left, though, you might as well just do something.
Yeah.
Good job being better than me.
But he straight went, no, knuckles, ass.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Cup it.
Yeah.
Cup it.
Hey, come here, player. Hey. Yeah. Number 2. Yeah. Get some.
Oh, this is what I want to see right
Your
here.
team got to be good if Christ is on your team.
Christ. And he's number 12.
You think when they pray to him before the games? I just want to see Christ do that thing again. Hey, Christ. Do
The Harlem Shake.
Everybody shake it like Christ for a minute.
Don't put that in the video.
We promise. Promise not to put it in the video.
Don't put that in the video.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to slide into your bunker.
Oh, my bad.
I didn't mean to.
Hey, maybe if Yaya had that chin strap on,
Yeah.
he wouldn't have been in that situation.
Hey, and you know what? I'm just gonna say when I'm done.
Oh God, is my chin strap still buckled?
It was cutting off my circulation. Couldn't
know-
slide it properly.
It's gonna be a crazy point, boys. Strap yourselves in.
Hey, it's going down.
It's
Hey,
going down.
what's gonna happen right now is we're gonna go really hard, but then don't go too hard. So buckle your chin straps, unbuckle
Give 'em
them,
less,
and then just go super hard and don't give them as much as less than nothing that you don't want to give them. Hey, Keith the Vet.
I don't know, but you know what he does in his off time? LARPing. You
Oh,
don't
that's
mess
a
with
new
him.
LARP move right
You don't
there.
mess with the LARP.
He was like,
But
hey,
he's
he was battling that one
hey,
time, and I said,
hold on.
I used the Christ move. I used a little bit of the Christ
This
move.
is a move.
Took the leg out.
He did like this. +2 damage.
Hey, Keith.
+2 damage.
Hey, Christ thinks he's gonna be on Dancing with the Stars. Check this out.
And like he just like this. Damn, I can't even watch this. I can't even watch this.
Flare, step.
I was looking right at you, and then you shot me in the head. Hey, shoot me in the head. What?
Ah.
He's like, he's over there. Not me. The other guy.
Sorry, Damien.
He runs away fast.
Sorry, Nikki.
Nikki's still looking that way. Damien sneaks off that way. Hey, man, I think that was so sorry. You might want to go get him.
Fuck off!
Hey, wait, hold on.
I don't know who that guy is, Nate Schrader.
Nate
And he's like,
Schrader. If you want to learn moves like this, kid, there's a Nate Schrader
Hey,
clinic
there's
next
a
week.
Nate Schrader
Sign
clinic.
up.
Sign up.
Sign up. $20 an 8, $40 in the field. Sign up.
The first you gotta do, you gotta come in with Christ, and then drop the Schrader,
And then Tootsie Roll.
and then Christ again,
and then what's the
and then Schrader,
and
and
a lark.
the left one to the side a little bit.
And then the Schrader again.
and then the Christ, and then finish with the Schrader.